Shri Mahagणपतये नमः सरस्वती नमो नित्यं भद्रकाले नमो नमः वेद वेदांत वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरु स शिवः प्रोक्तः यः शिवः स गुरु स्मृतः विकल्पं यस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतर्पकः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। श्रीकृष्णाय यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तर्वोऽभिनेदो तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतिथितीर्षदान्तमोन्धम् संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। नमो किंचन वित्ताय निवृत्तगुणवृत्तये शान्ताय ल्यपतये नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। गोविन्दाय नमो श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, कृष्ण गोविंद श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, श्री 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 कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हरे मुरारे, हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, 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 बोल भाई श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, 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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, 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 बोलो भाई हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, गोविंद श्री कृष्ण 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 गोविंद बोलो भाई श्री कृष्ण गोविंद 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 हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव 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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद 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 हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। बोलिए श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर हरि ओम हरि ओम। 29th verse, page 2nd chapter. विभर्षि रूपाण्यवबोधात्मा क्षेमाय लोकस्य चराचरस्य सत्त्वोपपन्नानि सुखावानि सताम भद्राणि मुहुःखलानां त्वय्यम्बुजाक्षाखिल सत्त्वधाम्नि समाधिना वेशितचेतसैके त्वत्पादपोतेन महत्कृतेन कुर्वन्ति गोवत्सपदं भवाब्धिं स्वयं समुत्तीर्य सुदस्तरं द्युमन् भवार्णवं भीमम् अदभ्रसौहृदाः भवत्पदाम्बोरुहानवामत्नावमत्र ते निधाय याता सदनुग्रहो भवान्। It is very important to have the special form of Bhagavan. Unless that Lord who is everywhere, He becomes special for you, and especially He does something for me. Until that time, the problems of our life won't be sorted out. Like when you think there are many women, but to nourish and nurture only one special woman is required, who knows my problems, who knows my sorrows and joys. सो अस प्रभु हृदय अछत अभिकारी सकल जीव जग दीन दुखारी. Although the Lord is there in the heart of everybody, but sadness does not go. Sadness will go only when a special Lord comes. And how that special Lord comes, we have to understand one or two principles also. See, our body is made out of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air and space. So it is sustained by 5 elements through food, through annam, through food. But you don't eat what? Straight away you don't eat the mud. And any water you cannot take. The very modified and refined form of mud called the wheat or the rice, that only you will take. Then only body will be nourished. Straight away, if you take the mud, then it will become a disease and it will be detrimental. Any water we cannot drink. They say of the whole earth, drinking water is hardly 1-2%. Any water you cannot drink. Any fire, there is a different amount of, very moderate temperature we are comfortable. And any air you cannot breathe, you need a good oxygenated air. If it is too rare, you will find that you have the problem. So the 5 elements are consumed by us in a very refined form, in a very polished form, purest form. After all, the wheat, barley, grams, all are mud only. But they are a modified form of mud. They are nothing but the mud. So you are eating mud only. Your rice is mud. And your bread is also mud. But that mud is not a raw mud. It is refined by the nature only. Nature has prepared that mud for you so that you can consume in a purer form. What do you want to say? Similarly, air also. Similarly, if you go to Delhi air is highly polluted, they say. One of the most polluted cities is Delhi. And many diseases are coming. Too much of pollution is there in Delhi. You need a purer air to breathe. If you come in the morning air is quite pure, therefore they go for a morning walk. So, in order to sustain your body, you need purer form of the 5 elements. Then only your body will be healthier. Impure form will make it diseased. Therefore, there is something called mind also. So mind also needs nourishment. So it needs a modified form of the thought, which is refined and purer form of the thought from the totality. So vasana can be tackled by upasana. As your body won't be sustained by impure 5 element or without food, unless it is connected to the whole, similarly, the mind which is made out of thoughts cannot sustain without the upasana. Vasana is tackled by upasana. And what is upasana? Very purest form of thought is called upasana. Which is a pure form of thought is called upasana. How do you know whose object of thought is very big? Is called upasana. You do Ramo upasana, so object of your thought is Ram Bhagavan. You do Krishna upasana, so object of your thought is Lord Krishna. So without this purified form and magnified form of the thought, the mind will become unhealthy. Unhealthy means which has pain, which has frustration, which has sorrow, which has anger, which has complexes, which has desire, which has passion, which has jealousies, etc. Because he has not done upasana, he has not taken a good food. So like the body is healthy, so doctor will say vitamin D is not there, or vitamin B12 is not there, or vitamin A is not there, vitamin C is not there. You should take vitamin C. Vitamin C you should take. You should take vitamin B12. Your is very low. B12 is very low. And vitamin D is very low. Acha? Yes. Therefore your bone will have problem. Oh, magnesium is also very low. Everything is very low. So you have to consume proper food. Your food intake is not, I eat a lot, it's not criteria, eat a lot. What you eat is more important than what quantity is not point. What are you eating? What are you eating? Iron is not there, I eat nut and bolt. So that won't happen. So, and you have to take beetroot. Take something like that. It has some iron in it. Take more of beetroot. Don't take only roots. Take something also. Beetroot is not there the lunchtime. So beetroot is required separately in a bowl. So beetroot is required. Acha? Otherwise you will feel that my body is not that good. Calcium is not there. Calcium, not calcium, calcium. Magnesium, potassium, not potassium. Potassium, calcium. So calcium is not there. Calcium, so you have to eat something. Custard apple you take, you will have calcium. Many things are there. I am not very good in all this. But I am just telling. So if mind has calm growth, thought of God is not there in your mind. Sufficient thought is not there. You are not very pure from inside because you have not brought Lord's name. You have not brought the glory of the Lord. Refined thoughts are absent in your mind. Your mind is habitual offender. So it needs more of the diet of divinity. Diet of satsang. Acha, 2 satsang per day. 1 morning, 1 evening. In between abstain from gossips. And take 1 mala of jap with some bhav, morning also and evening also. Then you will recover after 1 month. If symptoms persist, please repeat that tablet. Please repeat the whole prescription. Gurudev told me. Once I asked him, supposing my spiritual enthusiasm is lessening, what to do? I must be 20-year-old at that time. He said, go to some temple, walking. And don't take anything with you. And go and give some money to Pujari so that he can give you food for 5 days. And observe Maun. Take Lord's name, do your sadhana. And you will find that you are back. He told me once, I asked him. So first is this. Now I am coming to the avatar principle. देखो अवतार क्या होता है ध्यान देना please know I have already told. Unless you understand avatar at the microcosmic level, you wouldn't understand avatar at the macrocosmic level. Microcosmic. Supposing you do something very wrong. You shouted at somebody, or you are angry, or you have overslept, or you overate, or you have jealousy, whatever is there, you will find from inside somebody is not happy. Especially, ordinarily you will be busy so you won't notice it. But when you sit in your puja room, or you are in a quiet atmosphere, when you are doing jap, ordinarily I try to avoid the God inside, and therefore I keep myself busy here and there. But when you are free in your room, or you are doing your meditation, or even in the satsang also, you will feel that he is now not happy. ये तो नहीं कोई कह सकता कि and how it has come. And some people said wrong and they say I'm not guilty also. No, they have already suppressed that so much that they are not sensitive to that guilt. That's the only thing. Like if you put on dirty clothes every day, you will not feel that my clothes are dirty. If you are very clean, putting on washed clothes all the time, so naturally little dust is on, you will feel my clothes are not clean. I don't need to change it. Supposing you do very good something, you do job, you have woken on time, you are very relaxed, same God will be happy. So don't say first of all that nobody guided me. I had the guidance from inside, I was not subtle enough to take the guidance. And therefore outer teacher is required because I am not able to control myself. Because he is not able to force you. He is not able, inside God is not able to force you. He can just give you advice, but he can't force me. So all of us would have experienced certain things. After satsang you see your mind. After bhajan you see your mind. Supposing you get up early in the morning, chant your mantras and remain quiet. The very start of the day is with a happy note is there. Somebody is happy. Otherwise, if you are late, the very start of the day is with a sad note, angry note is there. Again you are late. And you then think, I think in this birth I cannot get up early. I am always late. Acha, I think I will be late one day. So, it is better to be late, Mr. than Mr. Late. So, I'll be late. I'll tell you where is avatar. And please get this point. This is a very beautiful point. Supposing we are in some trouble, and everybody is in trouble at times, and you call God inside. Somebody from inside took avatar and consoled you, explained to you. If you are aware of this microcosmic avatar in the mind, then only I will go ahead. Many times it happened. And first time when I realized, I'll tell you, I must be in my graduation class. Lot of studies were there, lot of pressure that you have to score high, top in the university. So, till 1 o'clock studied, and morning 7 o'clock was the paper, 7:30. I had only 3 hours, 4 hours to sleep. 3 hours morning to get up at 5. Sleep was not coming. Sleep was not coming because so much of pressure must be there from all sides. So one paper sleep, second. I feel if I don't sleep, how will I perform tomorrow? 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. In morning, 5 o'clock I have to get up. And then there was a Lord in my room. I just sat in front of him and said, God, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I think I'll be disaster. And if I cannot perform well, it will be very bad of me and everybody will say, especially my parents, teachers, they have very high hopes. You won't believe, within 5 to 10 minutes, some big consolence came. you'll do very good. I am in you, with you. Whole tension, whole pressure disappeared without sleep. Imagine that. Just I cried, I said, please do something, Bhagavan, at least I should get a sleep. And there I discovered that when you call him with tears in your eyes, with longing in your mind, he appears. And that became the habit to go to him every time. And that was the discovery of the microcosmic avatar. And really paper was very good. And really overall marks were fantastic. Because avatar was there. Without sleeping, of course. Then I was not bothered that sleep comes or not. Again, next night, 2 o'clock, again I used to sit in front of that Lord for 5-10 minutes. Again I felt confident and rejuvenated. If you had prayed, if you had called Bhagavan, and unless he has come in your heart and helped you out, it can be financial issue, it can be family matter, it can be health issue, that you are wanting him and he came, you have to experience this. There is a special God who appears. आप चाहे रो के बुलाओ, चाहे हंस के बुलाओ, चाहे राम जी को बुलाओ, चाहे कृष्ण भगवान को बुलाओ, चाहे राधे श्याम को बुलाओ, चाहे दुर्गा माँ को बुलाओ, किसी को बुलाओ आप, लेकिन बुलाओ आप. Supposing you are doing jap and your jap is not good, just before doing jap, please chant 108 times. भगवान जप ही नहीं होता हमारा. Please make me do jap. If you are doing jap for half an hour or 15 minutes, at least 2 minutes you do jap of this point. And you see what happens. If you are not able to get up in the morning, please tell to God, please wake me up. I am not able to get up. I was buffalo in the last birth. क्या करे भाई, आप बुलाओ, ये सीक्रेट है एक. There is a general God and there is a particular God. Tell me, you are here. And I always say somebody is calling your name outside the door. Once or twice you will avoid, you'll say maybe. But somebody constantly calling you, you leave the satsang hall and go out and ask, what is the problem? What do you want? And supposing he is very desperate, you'll say, okay, let me do something for you. What do you want? Supposing he says, I want few rands. If you have, you definitely give. If he constantly takes your name, calls you. Calling has a very big power. It has a melting power. It is a power to melt. Mother runs when the child calls. Baby calls or cries, mother runs, leaving all the work, wherever it is there. Even if you hear cry somebody or somebody, come, come, come. In India, many times, some person, a lot of people are drowning right now. So somebody has drowned and he is shouting. 2, 3 are jumping in the river. And sometimes the one who is drowning was saved. The one who came to save, he got drowned. अभी ऐसा केस हुआ है. He got drowned, he got trapped. इतनी तेज power of that wave is so big you cannot imagine how strong the water can be, how much energy it has. So you agree with that? This is the main principle. आप बुलाते हो, वो आते हैं. You call and he comes. If there is a sincerity, maybe today you failed, you could not make him come. Tomorrow again I will try. Day after again I will try. Acha, after 4 days I will try. After 5, 8 days I will try. Don't think these things are only in the book. If you remember, I told you one Swami Bhagavatananda's episode of life. He was a great saint, and when he was in the youth, he was very, sharp, and he used to give very befitting reply. He lived more than 100 years. He was the devotee of Sitaji. And one day he said, Sitaji is my mother. Unless she feeds me with her hands, I won't eat. 6 days without water, without food he was. And 6th day, one plate somebody put in front of him, full of food. He said, no, she has to come and feed with her own hands. He was very hungry and very thirsty. But he didn't eat. 7 days, they say, Janki Ma came. He used to tell, saints don't lie, because they don't have to get anything. He used to tell, he said, Janki Ma came and fed me with her own hands. And he became Mahavidwan of all Vidya. Shad Darshanacharya he was. He said, because of the grace of Mother Sita. We cannot get the God outside immediately, but inside the mind you can get that. This everybody must have experienced inside. I'm sure you cannot say that I have not experienced at all. Then God did not give me the strength. He guided you. He prompted you. Sometimes you were about to do wrong, He stopped you. There is nobody in whose life temptation had not come. And supposing you fall to the temptation, then the same God will say, I was stopping you and you didn't stop. I asked you not to do that. I asked you not to see that. I asked you not to talk to that. But you still continued. And see, this is the result is there. He'll scold you also. Badly you will get a scolding from inside. You don't want to see your face in the mirror. You'll break the mirror. If this is the possibility, you remember I tell the story many times. In Vrindavan, one young boy was there. I'm repeating it, I'll cut the whole thing short. I want to bring that samskar of avatar, what is. And he went to his teacher. He said, Gurudev, I want to build a temple. Gurudev said, are you fool? Where is the money for me? Temple building requires a lot of money. You have come here to take the Lord's name. He said, but what to do? He said, already somebody is building the temple, you can see there. So one temple was being built and he used to sit outside. Remember the story? And with every brick that was put, he was putting one brick inside his heart. And he was so intense in doing it, exactly the whole dome and the curvature and the marbles, exactly he used to sit outside for 5 hours, 8 hours. See, kaise log upasana karte. And ultimately Murti was brought from Rajasthan, from the marble. He also brought he was used to observe everything. And when this happened, the Pran Pratishtha was happening and the priest said the Pran Pratishtha Murti is not responding. Murti, remember? Murti is not responding. She is not accepting the Pran Pratishtha. God is not. And then some saint, after few days of struggle, one saint came. He said, this boy who is sitting outside, he has done Pran Pratishtha in his heart. And because of him, already God has gone inside. He said, then what to do? He said, call him in the temple. Let him touch and embrace the God. Then the Pran Pratishtha would be done. ये पावर इतनी होती है एक आदमी के अंदर. Ultimately, that boy was called inside the sanctum and he said, you please embrace the God and put your pran in that murti because pran has come in you. And then when he embraced, and then the pran pratishtha of that murti was performed. ये power होती है. Anybody can be poor outside, but to be poor inside is our own richness can be made inside. Very rich, he became very rich. So if you agree to this principle of avatar, and I am telling you, lot of things are there we cannot handle. We keep on saying. Rather, I have seen certain shlokas I was not understanding many times. I used to do jap and call God, and that shloka became clear. Not once, many times this has happened. Certain times it so happened that I felt, this thing I cannot do. God, what to do? And ultimately answer came, no, you have to do it. You can do it. Many times people ask me, where you got this sadhana, where you got this upasana, where you got this answer. Many things I have not read, or many things I have not heard from anywhere, or even talked also. But when I go to the God, these things do come in the mind when I fervently call and do pray for that. So if one has discovered this inner ability to discover his real mother or real father, like some mother is around you and father is around you, and in the time of distress, or in the time when you need, you call him, your mother and father run. Similarly, unless you have discovered that Guru Pitu Mat Mahesh Bhavani, so unless that is discovered, your inner life will not be good, because for everything you will be holding yourself responsible, and you cannot tackle that. And if this is possible inside the heart, I ask you this question. If the 1,000,000 people and rishis call the God from outside, why not he can take a form in the Adi Bhautik world and give darshan also? After all, Mirabai had darshan, Surdas has darshan. Surdas had darshan. Inside, I'm coming from inside to outside now. The Baki Bihari temple is there. Constantly they put the curtain on, off if you have gone there. The reason is somebody focused and said, please come with me. So God went with him. So they say don't concentrate on the God. Otherwise, if you take away, so next morning when they opened, God was missing. So Pandit said, what to do now? He said, ऐसा होता है. You don't think it is hearsay. I'm sure this happens. So if one devotee can call avatar, can happen avatar, why not avatar can happen when Devaki and Vasudevji, who were so austere and so devoted and so single-pointed for hundreds of years, if they are praying continuously day and night, why not it can happen? They did tapasya for 1,000 years, not for 1-2 years. Tapasya means consistency of maintaining a higher thought for a long time without abruptness. You agree with that? I hope so. If you don't agree, I will continue. No, continue that. So don't think avatar does not happen. Avatar does happen. It does happen. It is not something which is just in the textbook in Gita, because I have not seen in my lifetime, because I was not prepared, because I didn't have that intensity to see Bhagavan outside. But at least you can see inside. That does not need that you have to be very highly prepared. To see God outside, you have to be highly prepared. But to be inside, you have to be intense, at least for 5 minutes you be intense. तब आप देखो भगवान आते हैं कि नहीं. लोग कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, द्रौपदी की तरह बुलाते नहीं. लोग कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, साग विदुर की आप खिलाते नहीं, खुद ही खाते हैं. तो बिभर्षि रूपाणी अवबोध आत्मा. Bibharshi means he takes the form, रूपाणी, different forms you take. तो भगवान का आपको बुलाना पड़ेगा. यदा यदा ही धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. Somebody says, a lot of wrong things are going on in this world. Why avatar is not happening? Avatar does not happen because of Kansa or Ravan. We need Vasudevji and Devaki ji for avatar to happen. We need Yashoda and Nand Baba. Bhagavan is not coming to kill. Killing was by the way. Main thing was to become child of somebody, to become son of somebody, to become daughter of somebody. That saintliness is required for avatar. So avatar does happen. And I'm repeating it. If it can happen in the mind, it can happen outside as well. And we need very urgently. Very frequently you need it. Vibhar Shirupani Avabodhatma. Avabodhatma is the name of self-here, of the name of Bhagavan. And why? I'll come to it. I'll come to Avabodhatma. Kshemaya lokasya characharasya. For the goodness of all. Which lok? Char and achar. Inert and... Look, when Bhagavan Krishna came, you will not believe, even the deers used to dance around him. Even the monkeys were fed by him. Even the plants, if you go to Seva Kunj and Nidhivan, they say the plants themselves, some are, their gopi roop is there. I know one in Vrindavan, somebody had cut one tree and blood came out. ऐसा हुआ. There was one tree between, there's a place called Barsana. Barsana is a place of Radhaji. And Nandagaon is a place of Bhagavan Krishna. There was one tree, you say Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna. It used to give out some kind of, some kind of oozing was there of some nectar kind of liquid thing coming from the tree. And they used to take as prasad. Only when you chant Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna. But when these pandas, they started selling it at an unreasonable cost, then he stopped giving. So tree may be Bhagavan hai. Tree also have God. So you think that they don't have, but they have God. I know of dog who observes Ekadashi Vrat. And nobody tells that tomorrow is Ekadashi. But he observes Ekadashi Vrat. Dog. ऐसा भी देखा है. One camel was there in Rajasthan. That camel had a mala, like big mala. So constantly camel used to do like that 108 times. Because they don't have hand to do. So he's constantly chanting like this, the camel. ऐसा भी होता है. So Bhagavan is associated characharasya. There is a Giriraj Parvat is there, that Govardhan Parvat is there. Many of you have done parikrama or seen at least Govardhan Parvat. Govardhan Parvat is also Chetan. So for the goodness of that also he comes. He purified fire, you purified Nadya, he purified the river, he purified the air. So not that Bhagavan comes for only one purpose. Million things are done by in one stroke. So Vibhar Shirupani Avabodha Atma Kshemaya Lokasya Characharasya. उसमें ईश्वरदास जी की भी इच्छा पूरी हुई, नंद बाबा की भी इच्छा पूरी हुई. The desire of Gopi also is then. Radhaji's desire is also. There is one Patal Khand in Padma Puran. In Patal Khand, one Rishi is meditating like this. So somebody said, why you are meditating? He said, I am doing the japa of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, so that in the next Dwapar I can be born as a Gopi. इतनी इच्छा होती. I am constantly doing that jap. A lot of gopis are there. How their desires will be fulfilled? But it is not an accident that somebody becomes Nand Baba, somebody becomes Madhu Mangal, somebody becomes his friend, somebody touches him, somebody feeds him. भाई है हमारे पास प्यार है, emotion है. I have emotion. Supposing you have emotion of a disciple, you always feel, if I have a guru whom I can serve, whom I can love, whom I can offer. है emotion, क्या करें उसके emotion? Don't think everybody has worldly emotion only. That the emotion boy has, if I have a girl, I will, marry that girl. I will go out. This is not the only emotion. Many have higher emotion also. Or any girl will think, I will have a boy and I'll marry that boy. इतने नहीं है. कितने का इमोशन होता है. या my इष्ट देवता is दुर्गा माँ. If I can see her one day. इतने भी होता है लोगों का इमोशन. My इष्ट देवता is Ram Bhagwan. If I can see Ram Bhagwan one day. This is Tulsidas had the emotion of this. Therefore he had darshan of Bhagwan Ram in Chitrakoot. So people have, supposing there is no avatar, that means God is not having the Shakti to fulfill the desire. That means God is not God if He doesn't have a power. If Nirakar Ishwar is there, therefore in no dharma avatar is accepted. Muslims don't accept avatar, Christians don't accept avatar, Jews there is no avatar, Judaism there is no avatar, Buddhism of course there is no God. No dharma is there. Except Hindus, nobody accepts avatar. Anyway, avatar and humans. Please note, supposing there is a ditch or there is something hole is there. To fall into it is one thing, and to descend is another thing. So Jeev falls in this body. He has slipped. To slip is another thing, and to descend is another thing. So Jeev descends. No, Jeev slips. By mistake, he didn't know he slipped into the body. He slipped into this quagmire of world. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. He slipped. But Bhagwan descends. You see a descent? He is descending it. He is not slipping. क्यों नहीं अवतार होगा फिर? If Nirakar can't take Sakar, then Maya Shakti is finite. Then God is finite. If you cannot do something, that means many people's desire will be unfulfilled. One day I was pressing one Mahatma's feet. He was sleepy. So while sleepy, I should not have asked the question. But while sleeping, I asked, can I have a darshan of Lord? He got up. He said, yes. I said, why he got up? I should not have asked the question. He said, why not you can have darshan? एक झक था, एक टाइम था कि I was very mad after getting darshan of भगवान. एक चढ़ा हुआ था बहुत ज्यादा. I have to have darshan of भगवान Krishna. I have to have darshan of भगवान. ऐसा दर्शन होना चाहिए, दर्शन होना चाहिए. बोले हो सकता है, बिल्कुल हो सकता है. ये जब कर लो हो जाएगा, बुलाओ. So don't think avatar is something which is not better. We don't need it. If avatar was not there, what will happen to Shabri? If avatar was not there, who will take the kevat? Whom will he ask to take across? His desire is there. But if you have love for saint, don't you feel I should see some saint? Or I will go and want to listen a saint at least. If I cannot, I'll call a saint. My grandfather's hobby was to call every saint in the house. Any saint he saw anywhere, he will come in the house without notice. Sometimes it is not that Bhiksha is organized. He'll just bring somebody. So people in the house will think, what happened? Well, whatever food is there, you give to him. So in the, mother or our dadi said, at least you inform me. He said, I did not know he had come at that place. I said, please come for food. I was very small, I didn't know. And after that, after food was over, in the drawing room he was there. So he'll give dakshina and call everybody in the house, offer pranam. That much I remember. I never understood what is the meaning of that, but that was his hobby. And today, if I also feel that if I see any saint, at least I also would like to spend time with him. I also would like to talk to him, to sit at his feet and offer something to eat or press his feet. Today also that desire is still there. What was there at that time also. So don't think that there is no desire of anybody. Don't think like that. And really today I feel that he was so generous and so great, at least. I was not knowing the Mahima, but he had that Mahima in his mind. And then if somebody is talking, he will say, okay, please talk something about to the children, you give some kind of message. So they will give it. Or we will think, okay, tomorrow let us see whom my grandfather will bring. किसी को ही बुला लाते था, अच्छा था. Maybe their blessings were there. They blessed me and everybody. Is it not the desire of we all who are sitting that I should also serve the saints? And if supposing your Ishta Devata is Lord Hanuman, is it not that you want I should also go to Lord Hanuman or see Hanumanji at least? If he should also touch me at least once in my lifetime, or at least I should also go to him. ये बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं है, ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता कि you have Ishta Devata and you don't have any desire for him, whether he is Ram ji or Krishna ji. Imagine this desire becomes very strong in somebody's heart. Will not he take birth in the coming Dwapar or the coming Treta, etc.? Because he himself has ordered it. There are saints whose desires are very high. Not that everybody is desiring money and wealth and the family. Very high desires are there. You will see this in Yashoda ji. So Vibhar Shirup Kshemaya Lok. But when he is coming, so everybody's whole nature is purified. All rishis, he will give Bhagavad Gita Updesh also. He will kill Kal Yavan also. He will kill Jarasangh in the army also. He will kill Kans and his own battalion also. And at the same time, he will nourish the love of all the lovers also. More importantly, he will pave a way for his Leela to be stored for the future, for thousands of years to come. That Ved Vyas will come, who will document it all with this Divya Drishti, divine eyes, so that people for thousands of years can revel in that Leela which he had only for 125 years. 125 years of life of Lord Krishna. People will still cherish, love, relish, and similarly purify their mind with his Leelas for so long. If Rama Avatar was not there, how we will have Ram Navami and how we will have Ramayana? What will be there to hold our mind? What will be there to hold our mind if Lord Krishna had not taken avatar? How will we know about the gopis, about where we will direct our love? How will you have Gita? You won't have Gita if Lord Krishna was not there. Mahabharata won't be there. Pandavas, Kauravas would have killed Pandavas. Kauravas would have killed Pandavas, and there was no need for Mahabharata. No Gita will come up. Imagine a life without Gita. Imagine a life without Ramayana and Mahabharata and Bhagavatam. What text will you have to revel on? Which Leela you will see? How will you see the stealing of the butter? How will you see so many other things? What a big deprivation. Pity on those religions who don't have a personal God. It is a matter of pity and sympathy rather. कोई तो होना चाहिए, भगवान शिव को ले आओ, राम जी को ले आओ, किसी को तो खिलाओ पिलाओ. Our body needs व्यवहार. And therefore avatar is quintessential. Quintessential. What is this? Very essential. Okay. Bibharshi Rupani. Rupani is plural. Rupam is neuter gender. So Bibharshi Rupani, he takes avabodh. Tomorrow I'll talk about avabodhatma, time is less. Kshemaya lokasya characharasya. And how is that? Sattva-bapannani sukhavahani satama badrani muhukhalanam. This body of Bhagavan is made of sattva, shuddha sattva. Because our body is made out of panchmahabhut. Panchikrit panchmahabhut. So there is a process involved. Panchikrit from Prakriti, Hiranyagarbha, Panchikrit, then we get this body. Because we are fallen. We are not descending. We are fallen from one body to another body. हम गिरे यहाँ गिरे तो वहाँ गिरे, भैंस के शरीर में गिरे तो गाय के शरीर में गिरे, पता लगा आदमी के शरीर में, औरत के शरीर में गिरे, कहीं ना कहीं गिर ही रहे हैं. But his body is straight from Prakriti, not through five elements. Bhagavan does not have five elemental body. Therefore, Bhagavan will never grow old because there is no modification. Asti jayate vardhate, only bas. No viparinamate. Not that Bhagavan Krishna was 125 years. Not that his hairs had gone grey and he had become old. ऐसा नहीं था. He was Nitya Shodash Varshi is Bhagavan Krishna. Ever 16-year age. Because his body doesn't modify. He is a Leela Sharir. I hope you're understanding. It's a Leela Sharir. चिदानंदमय देह तुम्हारी विगत विकार जान अधिकारी. It's Chidanand, and there is a fragrance emitting out of his body. There is nothing comes out of his body. There is no liquid coming out. There is no, something is not coming out of his body because it is a homogeneous body. It is not a composed body which will decompose. All his children are Manas Putra of Bhagwan Krishna or Bhagwan Ram or Bhagwan Shiva. If it was the human, it is not Panchmahabhutatmak Sharir is there. It is a Lila Sharir. To give joy. Sattvapannani. See the word here. Sattva means Vishuddha Sattva. What is Tamogunas? Body itself is tamasic. Of course mind is there. But body itself is so tamasic. Panchikrit Panchmahabhut. And then all the aspect of Panchikrit. Then we have got the body. I don't know which body I got. Who gave this body? If I had a choice, I would have become better one. So short I am. Little height was required. Nose has to be little more like this. Like this. I could have been better looking. Acha, I would have better hair. My hairs are not there. ऐसी बॉडी दे दिया कहाँ से मिल गई पता नहीं. अब कि उसको वापस कर. थोड़ी नहीं कि वापस कर दो भाई give another body अच्छी नहीं है. Not a good body is there. Such a teeth is so long and it should be all same teeth should be there. Like the pomegranate is kept like that. Here it's so outstanding. It's not like that. And lips are not totally pale is there. Any kind of lipstick all goes away. Some natural color has to be there of the lips to be red. Not at all red. वो अपना हाल दूसरा ही है. वो भगवान का हाल दूसरा है. सत्वपन्नानि. When Bhagwan Krishna was going, the what is it called? The peacock used to start dance because they thought this is a cloud. Peacock started dancing many times. So in the evening you will see this, God willing, in Venu Geet. I have taken here Venu Geet, etc. Venu Geet, Gopi Geet. All we have seen. Let us see, shall I take it selectively or shall I take one by one? I don't know. And it is written there in Venu Geet, when Bhagwan used to come in the evening, dancing and this like that, all the birds on the trees used to remain quiet. Chirping stopped. And the birds were crying and Bhagwan was playing flute. So Sukhavahani, this is not ordinary body. This is not the body, therefore Bhagwan is Bhagwan. Don't let us, we think everybody is like me only. Everybody हमारी तरह सब ऐसे ही हैं, उनकी बॉडी वैसे नहीं है. What you see body of Lord in the calendar, he is much more beautiful. वही calendar कुछ नहीं है. What you see body of Hanuman ji in the calendar, he is much more dazzling, and there is a yellow and golden aura around his. All his hairs are golden. Not that what they see. Gold का बना है सिर्फ, golden hair. Him shall love them. He's not ordinary monkey like that. हमको पता नहीं है. And therefore sattvapanani, this is all rupani going on. Sukhavahani, it gives joy to everybody. Joy के लिए है. देखो धाम हो गया. If Saguna avatar is not there, this was happening with Anand Ramanam. Then I told, somebody was writing, taking the notes. So, I think Tanmaya Chaitanya was there. I told him, please write it. He had to say. I said, if avatar was not there, no festival will be there. Ram Navami is not there, Shivratri won't be there, Janmashtami won't be there, Navratri won't be there. Festival तो होगा नहीं, बचेगा क्या? कहाँ से कुछ festival ही नहीं होगा उसमें. Every festival has so much delight. Ram Navami, Bhagwan आए, दशहरा हुआ, दिवाली, दशहरा दिवाली concerned with Bhagwan Ram. Bhagwan Ram has 3 festivals: दशहरा, दिवाली and Ram Navami. Shivji has Shivratri and all Pradosh is there. भगवान कृष्ण है जन्माष्टमी. ये तो इन लोग तो सब ऑक्यूपाई कर लिए 5-6 जो मेन फेस्टिवल है. And they have so much of, there's a legend associated, a story associated with all the festivals. It's not just light stories. It's the Puranic stories are there. Lot of excitement is there, lot of fun is there, lot of their social life is there, festival, the puja is there, everybody will meet. And there's a divinity around that time. Kitna kuch hai as aspect ka. Sukha Vahani. You will see when Bhagwan Krishna walked, who was not charmed? Who was not charmed? You read in Mahabharata, he was so beautiful. So when in Mahabharata wars, Max Muller is there, one Max Muller, this German philosopher is there. He wrote that Bhagwan Krishna had tied his hair because it was very long. Bhagwan Krishna had tied his hair because the chariot was going here and there. Because his hair was coming. And when the opposite person, the enemy was coming and seeing the eyes, the beautiful, anybody is very beautiful, it's difficult to take our eyes out of that person. Even in human, if you have seen. Not good looking, only people keep on seeing. What to say of somebody is really beautiful. And supposing he sees, then you steal the glances like that. You act as if you are not seeing, you are busy. You act as if you are quite busy. And the moment you get a opportunity, you start again seeing. From some corner of your eyes. That is called stealing glances. And you all have done it. So... what to say, Bhagwan Krishna is there. Whose nose, whose lips, whose eyes. His eyes was not like that. It was like this. This portion is stretching up to here. And very big eyes are there. You know, choti side, Japanese wali. Like that. You know why Chinese win in Olympics? Because when they are getting defeated, they send somebody else, and here we don't know. Because all look same. ऐसे उनकी आंख होती है, ऐसे होती है आंख. Like that is there. नाक तो है ही नहीं. There is no nose also. Therefore, it's very difficult for them to put on glasses. The Indians have nice, features are there, protruding nose is there, nice nose is there. So that these glasses can fit on their nose. And Bhagwan ki such a nice nose were there. These cheeks were not aise cheeks andar aise. Dhase andar aise. Andar, aise nahi hai. It was leaden cheeks, bhare gaal the. It was leaden cheeks, and his cheeks had 3-4 things. They were shining like a mirror. They were blue in color, and they had light, 3 things. So therefore, anybody crossed, he can see himself in that cheek. So much shine was there. So big and so soft, 4 things. And soft like the water also was there. That was the cheeks. And this part, the chin, it was totally like that. Like the mango, if you are seeing the seed of the mango, like that. That is there. It has an artistic like that, as if it has been made. And not like this state. And these lips were there. Lips were like the bow, going like this here, then cut slightly here, and then going like this here. Like this. And totally ruby red. So beautiful he was. Who will not get attracted? It is written somewhere that once he was in Dwarka and he saw his photograph, his mirror. He said, you are so good looking. If I was a man, I would have married you. ऐसा भी आया कहीं पर. He thought he's a woman. इतना charm था उनमें. So, Sukha Vahani. It was given as joy. You will see the Balil of Bhagwan. You have to go there, then only you can enjoy that. Sukha Vahani. Satam Abhadrani. For the saints it is Sukha Vahani. Sukha Vahani means Avahan. That which brings joy, fulfillment. So those who had to shoot Arjun, they were just watching. And Arjun used to shoot them. Lo. So easy. Same thing happened with Bhagwan Ram also. Kitne sundar the. सत्तो बपन्नानी सुखा वहानी. ये तो हमको पता नहीं है ना. Many things we don't know. We need fortune to know these things. Then only God will reveal His glory through some text, etc. Satam abhadrani muhu khalanam. And abhadrani means those who are wicked like Kans, etc. The same form is there to punish them also. To punish them. So many times in the evening used to come with the sweats here and there. Some droplet of sweat is here, here, here. And still he used to look good. Still he had, not only face is good, very bhav is good, nature is good, swabhav is good. And make gambhirya vacha, if you read in Bhagavat, when he used to speak, it's like the make gambhirya, as the thunder of the crowd, heavy voice, reverberating heavy voice was there. Reverberating heavy voice and sweetness, coated with sweetness. That voice was there. That it is written in Mahabharata, when he came to give the message of the Pandavas to the Kauravas, just to hear him, many people came. Saints wanted to hear him. From all sides they came. Krishna has come. Imagine how beautiful slokas in Bhagavad Gita. You can see how beautifully he had put the pot. You have seen. I have concluded in one day, one chapter. And you can see how the thought flow is there, how he starts, how he completes, how he ends, how again he starts. Everything is so systematic. Everything is so well designed. Everything is perfect there. ठीक है ना? So satam abhadrani muhu khalanam. त्वय्यम्बुजाक्षाखिल सत्वधाम्नि समाधिना वेशित चेतसैके तत्पादपोतेन महत्कृतेन कुर्वन्ति गोवत्स पदम भवाब्धिम. My time is over now. So we'll see it tomorrow. But main thing is what I want to again reiterate, please bring avatar inside. Every day, as much as possible, and you will see life changes, very perspective changes. We'll see you tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. 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 Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan